Welcome to Animated Tops and Flops, where we dive into the best and worst episodes of your favorite animated series. My name is Alyssa.
And my name is Janice. We are voice actors who love cartoons. It gives us so much joy that we had to start a podcast about it. So come tour Springfield with us as we talk more and more about The Simpsons.
On this episode of Animated Tops and Flops, we are going to be talking about our top at a 9.1 from Season 8, Episode 10, The Springfield Files.
And today's flop, we are going to be talking about Mo Goes From Rags to Riches, Season 23, Episode 12, at a rating of 5.7. Wah, wah.
Whoa, we're not going to talk about that one first, because
We never do.
We never do. Why would we talk about the bad one first? Boo. No, we're going to talk about the Springfield Files. And Janice?
Yes, ma'am.
Hit us with that synopsis.
You got it. Okay, so I don't know what is with me today. Apologies.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. We do not labor on Labor Day, which is the day we are recording. We are having fun on Labor Day because this is fun for us.
Yeah.
Anywho, yes, ma'am, synopses. Okay, so the episode opens up with Leonard Nimoy confusing you if this episode is true or if it is a lie. Cut to Homer rigging the security camera at work so he, Lenny, and Carl can play hooky for TGIF. Cut to a montage of others in the town sneaking out early to start their weekend. Hashtag TGIF. Homer walks home because he's too drunk to drive after Moe's. He gets spooked in the forest on his way home, running into the Springfield Orchestra that's playing very scary music. He runs into scary signs, Grandpa, but most scary of all, and most importantly, he runs into a green, glowing, alien-like figure. He sprints home in fear and is convinced he saw an alien. No one believes him at home or at work or at the police station. Meanwhile, the FBI, Scully, and Mulder see Homer's story in the local paper and come to Homer to ask about the UFO encounter that he had and to show him a lineup of aliens and see if it was any one of those. And run a series of tests, you know, the basic kind of things when you run into a UFO. And having an encounter.
Right.
Yeah, right? Totally normal.
Yeah.
So the agents recreate Homer's night trying to encounter the alien themselves. They start to lose hope, and Mulden breaks into a very X-Files-like monologue, and then nobody is around when he is finished. Haha. Bart supports Homer and does a stakeout to catch the alien. They see said alien and catch it on film. Leonard Nimoy stops narrating and goes to obviously go see the alien. And the tape is shown on the local news, and everyone in town gathers to see it, discovering that it is actually a very drugged Mr. Burns. They sing a song of togetherness, and the episode ends with Squeaky Voice Guy closing us out. The
I
end.
always forget about Squeaky Voice Guy.
He's so funny, and what a clincher, right? Like...
Whenever
he just took over.
He shows up so randomly, and every time he does, you're like, that guy.
I mean, he is devoted to his job. Like, he was keeping Leonard Nimoy on track.
His job changes so many times in the whole series of The Simpsons. I think at one point he's like working at a movie theater and
Krusty Burger.
There you go. Right? That man is a one. That is like. Oh, what am I trying to say?
He is the town's laborer.
That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, one man is holding this town together.
Truly, and it is Squeaky Voice Guy. Oh my gosh. What a great voice. I mean, just iconic. Just fantastic.
Really is.
And it is a treat when it pops up too, you know?
Like Comic Book Guy. It's like a little treat.
It is. It's such a nice little treat. Apologies for the motorcycle that's vibrating the entire house.
Those hoodlums.
I know. I can't wait for winter when all the bikes go away.
And the snow will like mute the sound outside, and it'll be all nice and toasty and roasty.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Let's go to a cabin in Michigan and get an A-frame and just like sit in a cabin in the woods and just do absolutely fucking nothing for like a weekend.
My fucking dream. There are some gorgeous places up there with hot tubs attached outdoors. All about it.
Let's go.
All about it.
Let's go. Anyway, back to the
Down.
podcast.
Back to the podcast.
Sorry,
Sorry,
we're
not
planning a
making fall
vacation.
plans. Not making getaway plans at all.
No.
Anywho, Alyssa,
Yeah.
would you like to hit us with some facts about the writers and directors? And there was a musical number at the end of this, so I'm very excited to hear what you have to say about that as well.
Amazing. Okay, so the director of this episode is Stephen Dean Moore, who directed The Simpsons, and also Rugrats. And
Oh.
yes, I know Rugrats. The writer of this episode, Reed Harrison, this is his first ever episode of The Simpsons.
Well, good job.
I know. He has gone on then to write episodes for Disenchantment, Danger Mouse, Simpsons, of course, and then Drawn Together, which I completely forgot about until I saw that he wrote for it, and it brought back those memories. Have you ever seen Drawn Together?
No, I don't think I have.
It is the most crude
I need to look this
animated
up.
TV show you have ever seen. Like, it is horrible. It's like
I recognize like the Betty Boop character.
It's like Real World in an animated series, and it's not.
And like a Peppa Pig character in there. Like, what is this?
It's chaos.
Okay, you got a really creepy version of Peppa Pig that looks like it's got a unibrow. What's her name? Not Esmeralda. From Hercules. Meg. It looks like Megara. From Hercules.
Yes, right. Yeah, she's in there.
It's like the Wish version of all the characters, pretty much.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And then we do have a song in here, and the song was written by Alf Clausen, I believe. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot there was a song in here, so like I'm looking it up right now.
It's forgettable. I mean, it's not like we do, you know.
It's not like we do. Do you
No.
have info on the songwriter by chance or not?
I actually don't. No.
All right, no,
but
I'm on the IMDb right now, so let me just.
Yeah. I could pull up some facts as well.
Producers. Usually it'll be like, here's the guy. Yeah, it just looks composer. Ooh. Maybe details.
Are you looking up on IMDb Pro or IMDb?
Oh, here we go. Okay, so Good Morning Starshine. It's already a song written by Galt McDermott, James Rado, and Jerome Ragney, and it was performed by Harry Shearer, Leonard Nimoy, and cast.
Interesting.
Yes, and the theme from the X-Files, which was uncredited, written by Mark Snow.
Yes. I'm surprised they didn't get sued for that.
I think because they brought in both actors for that purpose. They're like, yeah, you can use it. That's fine.
Yeah.
They're basically like the whole thing is an X-Files episode. I assume we've never seen the X-Files.
I mean, the title is literally the Springfield Files. So, yeah. If they didn't grant them permission, I'd be like,
Right. I need to just say out loud that this episode lives rent-free in my brain.
Really? What part? What part?
Mr. Burns. Just every part of Mr. Burns being a ghost. Being an alien
just
ghost,
being
whatever.
super drugged.
Just because like it's like so burned in my memory. Him just like walking through the woods that when I rewatched it, I had forgotten the rest of the whole plot of that show. Or that episode. I just remembered the Mr. Burns part.
Oh, that's incredible.
It was so nice to see again. Also, this episode aired January 12th, 1997.
Ooh, that's like height of X-Files too.
Is it?
I think so, because I remember like the B episode of the X-Files without having watched the X-Files as a kid. Because again,
who
children.
watches as a kid? Yeah, no. I first of all, I'd be fucking terrified because animation's fake, but like real life stuff is all real all the time for a child.
Yeah, very true. Wish my parents knew that when I was growing up. But
anyway, we'll get to that trauma in a different episode.
Oh, yes. Oh, we already got to that trauma. We could
Don't
leave that
worry.
back in
Our
episode 2.
therapist is dealing with some of it. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hit me with some of your favorite facts of this episode that you found out.
Okay, yes. First of all, we love a Leonard Nimoy appearance, and he
Mhm.
appears a couple times on The Simpsons. I did not realize. In my notes, I have holy shit. Gillian Anderson, aka Agent Scully in X Files, is Otis's mom in the hit series Sex Education.
Oh!
Yeah, I did not put two and two together, and this is like hard when actors have such long careers that expand decades. It's like you hit them at such a certain point of their career and you know them for
Mhm.
something, and then you talk to somebody else and they know them for something completely different. And I
Mhm.
love that so much. But at the same time, I'm just like, wow, that blows my mind. It just blows my mind.
I feel the same way about Zoe Deschanel when I saw her in Elf, and I'm like, yes,
Oh my
this
God,
blonde woman.
yes.
And then I saw her in like New Girl, and I'm like, why do I feel like I know her from somewhere? And then like I rewatched Elf, and I'm like, it's fucking Zoe Deschanel.
Yep. Yep. Or Kirsten Dunst. Like, I
Mm.
mean, yeah, she's had a great career. She's still having a great career.
I know we love Kirsten Dunst.
Yes, we stan.
What else you got? What else you got?
Yes, yes. Okay, the moment that lives rent free in my head, I have to get this out now, is
Please,
where's
please.
my burrito? Where's my burrito? Um, so we're not talking about any other Treehouse episodes in this current season, but I did watch Gabby's recommendation of Treehouse Horror XXX 111 33, and it had um the Babadook, Westworld, and one other uh,
Um. Oh.
parody in there.
Death Note.
Thank you. Yes. Oh my God. The Death Note one was incredible. We're actually rewatching, me and Austin, my boyfriend, are watching Death Note right now
Oh my
because I was
god.
like, I have to show you this because you've never seen it. And now you've seen the Simpsons episode before Death Note. And I was like, don't worry, it's not going to spoil like
Oh
that
no.
much. Don't worry about that. But I was like, this may be my favorite Treehouse of all time.
Ooh.
So I know we're getting a bit off topic here, but the point of that is in that episode, the Westworld episode, uh, it's like different parts of the Simpsons era, and it's like an amusement park like Westworld kind of, you know, it's
Mhm.
interactive like that, and that's in there too. Where's my burrito? Because Homer starts glitching out on the monorail and like says a bunch of other quotes and everything and gets put in the room with the other Homers. And like, yeah, I'll leave you to go ahead and watch that episode. It truly is fantastic. Like, I'm really fucking passionate about that. I even did a scene in my acting class from the Babadook because I was so inspired by that Simpsons episode. I was like, I completely forgot about the Babadook. It's such a good film.
It's
So
so
good.
good.
Anywho, all of that to say, where's my burrito?
Where's my burrito?
Lives rent free in my head. How iconic.
Good. Excellent.
But yes, fun fact, the alien scene and the FBI lineup are Marvin the Martian,
Mhm.
Gort from The Day the Earth Stood Still, circa 1951,
Yes.
Chewbacca, Alf from 1986, and either Kang or Kodos. They don't know which one yet because they weren't introduced yet. But the producer, Mike Reese, jokingly referred to the scene as the most illegal shot in the history of the show. The only complaint the writers got was when voice actor Paul Fuso told them that they should have called him up to reprise his Alf 1986 voice. So he was a little bit hurt about that. He's like, "Oh, you had Alf in there and you didn't ask me to play." I thought that's kind of cute,
That is cute.
but yeah, that is kind of, well, a casual
Yeah.
infringement
I
of
liked I liked
animation.
seeing Gort because I was young when my dad introduced me to The Day the Earth Stood Still, and it was like one of my favorite movies. And so like being able to
Oh,
see him on that lineup, I was like, oh.
oh, yeah. Marvin the Martian was really cute to see on there too.
Mm.
Ugh, just love that. Okay, Alyssa,
Hmm.
what are some of your favorite one-liners and moments throughout the series?
Oh my
Sorry,
god.
not throughout the series. We could talk about that for days,
Yeah.
like we
All
are.
right, who's got to? We're gonna be here for a couple hours. um.
um,
Yes. Okay.
Throughout the episode.
Yes. Okay. So Burns is like, "Where's Smithers? Like, where is he? Doing something gay, no doubt." Was that Burns?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. I'm
Because then he
remembering
goes on,
correctly.
it's at the very beginning of the episode, and because they're all talking about TGIF, right? And
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, yeah, Smithers doing something gay this weekend, I bet. You know, lock your wives and daughters at home. Smithers is
Right?
out."
Gay frolicking.
Yeah, and he's like, "Yes,
Yeah.
sir."
I think my entire favorite line throughout the whole thing is right at the end. And I think it's Lenny. No, it's groundskeeper Willie, I think. Fuck, I don't remember. But uh Burns as the alien goes, "I bring you love." And he goes, "It's bringing love. Don't let it get away. Break its legs."
Oh my god. Brilliant.
It was just very spot on for The Simpsons, and I loved it very, very much.
Oh yeah.
What about you? Do you have? I want to hear. I know you have some. Let me hear. Other than the one that you already said, but.
Oh, of course. So there's a moment that's kind of weird, but I also really love.
Mm-hmm.
When Homer comes home to say, I saw an alien, you gotta believe me, blah, blah, blah," and like no one's believing him, Marge doesn't stand with him there. She stands her ground and she's like, I think you need to drop this. Like, I stand by you for a lot of things, but like, I don't believe you. I do not believe you. And I was like, ooh, Marge,
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that. Like, because I mean, a lot of times throughout the series of The Simpsons, we just see Marge giving in, uh, begrudgingly mostly, but
Mm-hmm.
still, she was like, "No, you're not listening to me. You just are hearing what you want to hear." And it's funny because he is like, well, it's not funny to gaslight, but he's blatantly doing it, and it's like made to be a joke. But I really loved how she stood her ground. I was like, I dig that. I dig that little dig.
This is the second episode in our tops where she did that, and the other one was uh King Size Homer, where she's basically
Yes.
like I'm not attracted to you like this. I don't think this is healthy. I'm not okay with this.
Marge
So like,
speaks her mind. When it comes down to like really her being affected as a result of
mm-hmm.
Homer's bullshit, I mean, she really does speak up. And I applaud that. I appreciate that. And it's really nice to see. Even if
Yeah,
Homer doesn't listen and it's the butt of a joke, I mean, at least, she is. I mean, Marge is fantastic.
yeah. Oh, I forgot. That just reminded me of when Mulder and Scully show up at her house, and she like starts having a panic attack because of the pen that she took.
Yeah.
I was like, that is so like Midwestern. And that is so like housewife of her. She's just so she's too good for this world.
She is. She's a pure soul.
We didn't talk about the couch gag yet or the chalkboard gag.
We didn't. We didn't.
Okay. They're not that, they're fine. They're okay.
Yeah, tell us about the chalkboard and the opening couch gag.
Yeah, so the chalkboard gag says the truth is not out there, as to play off of the X-Files, the truth is out there. Which is like, haha, that's funny because Bart's like, no. And the couch gag is just them all coming in on jetpacks. Again, nothing crazy. Yeah, I kind of like that it wasn't too much.
Yeah,
It was
just
like
very simple.
just the right amount because the episode feels like a lot, especially like the first 5 minutes is pure chaos of everybody doing Friday things. Like it's just
Oh
so
yeah.
much.
And it's just a big advertisement for the TGIF movement that was happening on Fox and
Oh
all
yeah.
those other stations.
Speaking of Fox, they went on like a 1 minute rant of how much Fox sucks.
I love when the writers bash Fox. I love it. I live for it. Honestly. I mean, they put them through so much hell, it seems,
Mm-hmm.
and have put so much pressure on them. Like, they deserve it. Like, I'm sorry. It makes me so happy. That's the
Yeah.
writers saying, you know,
Yeah. They like that a lot. I
good
forgot
for them.
I have more stuff here.
Keep going. Keep going.
When they realize it's Homer's birthday. Yeah, it's Homer's birthday in that episode. But then he's like, yeah, it's the
Oh,
same
yeah.
birthday as Santa's little helper. And then they're all like, is it the best dog in the world's birthday? And the whole time I'm like, yeah, no, I get it. I'm the same fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, like, human birthday. It's a puppy's birthday.
Yeah, so much more special.
And Janice, this was another episode where there were no B plots.
That is true. Again, Homer focused.
I know. See, okay, we have a theme.
We do.
Homer-focused episodes. That's what we want.
I guess so. I guess so. I mean, I
Yeah.
do like a Bart focused episode though. I mean, those are always fun too. But
I guess we should change it to like single character focused episodes.
agreed. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, what was I gonna say? I'm sorry. Go ahead if you have something else.
Oh, the only thing I have is all of Grandpa's random cameos. I'm gonna call him cameos because he's just like jumping out of the woods. And the first time he's like, "I've been lost," and Homer just pushes him over. And the second time he's like, "No one came to get me, and a turtle stole my teeth." And then he's like trying to like chase after the turtle, and he's just like walking really slow behind it.
Alyssa, do you think this rating deserves... Do you think this episode deserves the rating it got, which was a 9.1?
I do, and I truly think it's because this episode meant so much to me when I was younger because it was so silly and it does stick in my head so aggressively. So I'm very biased when it comes to this episode, but I do think it deserves to be up there just because there is nothing, I don't know, like politically bad about it. There's nothing icky going on. It's just a bunch of crazy random happenstance. And it's goofy and funny. And we even have like a really nice moment between Bart and Homer that we don't usually see. And so I really enjoyed that.
That is true. A little nice father-son moment. Like, I believe you, Dad. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
We
that
got
is
that
sweet.
Fox Network dig. It's got it all, baby.
Yeah.
What about you?
I love the episode. I think there's some iconic moments in there, but I don't think it deserves to be rated as highly as it is. X-Files was the rage at the time. I mean, it was huge. Like, everybody was talking about X-Files. It was really part of the culture, you know? It was pop culture hit. But I just think there's a few better episodes to put up in the tops than this one.
Okay.
It's a solid parody, I'll give it that, but I would rather see Lisa on Ice up there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted. I have a couple more interesting facts on this before we head to our flop.
Yeah.
So, this episode aired the same day as the series premiere of King of the Hill.
No way.
So let it be known that on January 12th, 1997, King of the Hill premiered.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
And for Mulder's rambling about the truth when he's just like standing in the field and it goes from night to day, day to night. Apparently the crew just left the microphone on and let David Duchovny ramble about whatever he wanted.
Oh my God.
For 2 hours he did this. And then they just cut whatever they needed. And that was the end of that.
That's incredible. That is incredible. What a dream.
I know, right? But like for 2 hours, like...
I'm sure he had the best day of his life.
After 30 minutes, I'd be like, someone cut me the fuck off.
Yeah, 2 hours is a bit excessive, but I mean, I would... No, I wouldn't listen to that full 2 hours if it was available on like YouTube or something. I wouldn't do it. That's too long. I'm not a big X-Files fan to like go and watch that, but if I were, I would.
Yeah, I don't know if he was talking, it doesn't specifically say like X-Files-y, it just says like they let David Duchovny talk about whatever he wanted. So who knows what came out of his mouth? David Duchovny, let us know what came out of your mouth.
We want to know.
We do. Please. Okay, anything else to add? You didn't give yours a rating. What would you rate it if it wasn't a 9.1?
I give it an 8.9.
Ooh, okay.
It's right up there, but I don't think it deserves the 9 and above, you know?
Okay.
Because for those listening, we chose our tops that were 9.0 rated on the IMDb chart and above, and the flops we did 5.9 and below, correct? 5.9?
Yes,
or was
5.
it 6? Yeah.
It was 6 and below, but there
6 and
were
below.
none that were actually 6.
Right. And there were a plethora of horrible episodes to choose from, sadly.
So many.
We won't talk about that though.
We won't.
Because we talk about one bad episode a podcast episode.
Yes.
So
And
that's
Janice,
enough.
what's our let's talk about our flop. That's a
Yes.
good segue,
Okay.
Janice.
Thank you. It was all you. I'm just jumping on the back of that segue and going, woo, let's go. Wee, another conversation. Wee, a segue. So our flop today is Mo Goes From Rags to Riches, season 23, episode 12, with a rating of 5.7. Alyssa, would you like to give us the air date of this episode?
Yes. So
let's talk about that first.
Yes. Oh, yes. It's so interesting, the air date. It aired January 29th, 2012.
I don't know what that was.
Comedic timing. There's nothing great about that, but that's the episode. So it's 2012. So we're jumping from 1997 to 2012.
Yes. What a time. What a time jump indeed. So
yeah, Janice, let's hear that synopsis, girl.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. Okay. First of all, you know what? Before we start the synopsis, I kind of want to talk about the couch gag because I thought it was actually really cute.
Oh yeah, go for it, please. I want to hear.
I loved watching MeTV as a kid growing up. So like all of like Gilligan's Island, the Dick Van Dyke Show, the Mary Tyler Moore Show, I Dream of Jeannie, like all those black and white, sitcoms were just so much fun, and it was just really cute to see the Simpsons go through like the Brady Bunch world and then through the Dick Van Dyke Show. I was like, oh, this is like really cute, and just I'm all about it.
I really liked it too. It was very wholesome.
It was, and I was like, oh, this is so cute. Just like, I hate to bring it back to Treehouse Horror XXX111, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm fucking obsessed. I'm sorry. I saw it like a week ago and I can't stop thinking about it. So in that episode, they do Death Note as like a parody for one of their Treehouse, like, because all Treehouse episodes are trilogies. There are 3 shorter stories in the larger scheme of things. And Death Note is a very popular, famous anime that's been adapted many, many times throughout the years. And I just thought it was so special to see The Simpsons in an anime drawing. I thought it was so cool. Like Mr. Burns, Flanders, like there was a cameo of Flanders. He didn't speak, but I was like, oh, that's Flanders. That's Lovejoy's wife. I was like trying to pick out like all the other like characters and everything, and I just had so much fun doing that, and it was just really cool to see Lisa. Lisa was like adorable. She looked so cute, and Bart looked so funny. Like I would never picture Bart like that, but I thought it was hilarious. Marge is hot. Like Marge is fucking hot in the Death Note version. But anyhow, sorry, we're gonna get back to the actual episode. Yes. So anyway, it was really cute to see that couch gag.
We're gonna have to do like a Treehouse episode. We've already talked about this, but
yes,
it sounds like we may just have to do a Treehouse episode where it's just that episode.
Yes. I really think we might need to. I am so excited to like talk about it. But yes. Okay, anywho.
You're so funny.
Another day, another time. We stay tuned on our Instagram, by the way. Just a little shout out to that. You can catch up on all things animated tops and flops, what episodes are coming out next, how the bracket's doing. Vote on the bracket. Fight
Please
with
vote.
us. Tell us your opinion. We're genuinely interested. Like, we do this for fun, So, I don't know. Have some fun with us.
We do this for fun. Also, we put our bloopers on there because... And the bloopers don't usually make it into the episode, so please watch us being absolutely unhinged.
Yeah, because it happens a lot.
So much.
And it's fun. God, I live for it.
Janice, the synopsis.
Anywho, the synopsis. The episode starts off with a town hall meeting, and let me back up. The synopsis. The synopsis. Starting off, so it's funny.
The synopsis. The synopsis.
The synopsis. Fuck me. Okay. I'm gonna take a breath. I'm gonna drink water.
I didn't bring any. I drank all of this Lipton Diet green tea.
Oh, that shit's the best.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
It's so good. Our high school had vending machines, and I would always get it's so good.
Dink.
Obsessed.
Please, Lipton, if you want to sponsor our podcast.
Lipton green tea. Obsessed. My bodily functions again. The comedic timing on this episode is like, wow, you can't write this.
Oh my God.
This is great. Okay, I am embarrassed. Look at my face.
It looks cute. You're a little baby. I love it.
Great. Okay. Yes, Alyssa, the synopsis. So the episode starts off at a town hall meeting in Moe's because City Hall has bed bugs. And Mayor Quimby distracts everyone from Flanders questioning why there are bed bugs in City Hall and why there is a bed in City Hall to have bed bugs. Mayor Quimby distracts everyone with the jukebox and everyone dances and has a good time. Lenny asks Moe who his best friend is, and Moe says this rag. And Bart and Milhouse have a falling out for Bart being a bad friend. We then zoom in on the rag, who takes us on a journey through the ages of how it ended up with Moe, through the medieval period, starting off as a beautiful tapestry, and then cut to Bart trying to make up to Milhouse, but can't apologize for treating Milhouse poorly, so they don't resolve their friendship. Then we cut back to the rag in Persia, ancient Persia, or medieval Persia, to Spain, to England, and now we're in the Renaissance, to Rome, where we are now in the Renaissance. Sorry. And then Spain to England to Rome through the Renaissance, which is now the period that they are in. Cut back to Moe, and there's a little Linus bit from the Peanuts where he just misses his rag. And then we cut back to Bart desperately begging for forgiveness from Milhouse, and Milhouse is still standing strong. Cut back to the rag being given to Moe by a Yeti. Marge ends up cleaning Moe's rag because she sees how much he loves the rag, but it's disgusting, and she's like, oh, I'm just gonna do you a favor, and he's sleeping, and she quietly takes it and cleans it. Bart ends up deciding to dominate Milhouse in ways he doesn't realize, which is all Milhouse ever wanted. And they make up. Moe is united with said rag, and the end. After credits, Rag ends up with Santa's little helper. Maggie tries to steal it, but it ends up as Santa's little helpers. That's it. I mean, was that choppy?
You know, it was better than I could have done because this episode was unhinged.
But it's choppy.
It is choppy, truly. Like I think
the episode was as well. Like it cuts back and forth from present day, like Bart and Milhouse having this falling out, which could have been its own episode, honestly. And I wish that it was. And we just had a single episode on the rag if that's what we were going to focus on. But I would have rather learn about Moe growing up than the history of the rag. I'm way more fascinated in that.
A plot, horrible. B plot, the best.
Yeah. And I think they could have reversed it because I was like, this just, I don't know, this ain't working.
Yeah, and the whole time I'm waiting because the title, Moe Goes From Rags to Riches, I'm like, oh, this is the episode where Moe gets really rich, right? There's an episode like that. I'm not crazy.
Yeah, and
okay.
like how
I thought that's what this was, and I'm like waiting for it and nothing's happening, and I'm like, I'm very confused.
Yeah, like how does he end up with a bar? You gotta have money to have a bar.
Yeah.
You know?
And
like,
then the whole thing where like the Yeti is his like parent? Like
yeah, it's like, okay, maybe that's why he's so quote unquote ugly, which I don't think he's that ugly, but I mean that's a constant joke throughout.
Yeah, I don't.
But still, I thought this was poorly executed. I feel like this was. Tell us about the writers and directors of this episode because I feel like this was written by someone who didn't understand what they were walking into. Excuse me.
I think you might be correct on that. Okay, so the director is Bob Anderson, who's only ever done The Simpsons. So, like, just standard Simpsons director. The writer, Tim Long, also only ever did The Simpsons. However, they were a creative consultant for the Angry Birds movie and the Leo movie.
I
And if
haven't seen either.
so, I have not seen Angry Birds because I don't want to. But
Fair.
I did see Leo, and Leo was okay. And I think it was only okay because Adam Sandler voices the iguana. That's like the main character. But it also felt really like choppy.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Janice, tell us about fun facts.
Yeah. Of course.
Of-
First of all, the rag is voiced by Jeremy Irons.
Hooray, we love Jeremy Irons.
Love, love, love Jeremy Irons. Or actually, fuck. Was that? No, sorry, that was not correct. He was one of the writers.
Jeremy Irons? No, he played the rag.
He did play the rag. I don't know what I wrote. Anyway, we love us some Jeremy Irons. It was nice to have his voice throughout the episode, but I wanted, like I said, just more history of the rag throughout the episode, or more history of Mo than the rag throughout the episode.
Yeah.
Would have been way more meaningful.
Way more.
Yeah, so trivia fact, in this episode, it is revealed, at least according to the rag, that Mo's father is a Yeti. That's the most interesting fact that I have.
I have none.
I mean, valid. I mean, this episode is just, again, it's so... Oh, I got another one for you.
Yes.
When the mayor turns on the jukebox, everyone starts partying. Lou comes in and dances with them and says, you can see Lionel Richie in the background. He was from the episode where Homer flew on a private plane.
Oh.
It is also an homage to the video of All Night Long, which is the song that plays.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I get it. I got really excited for a second because I thought I forgot to say something, and then I realized I didn't. We didn't even get there yet. So, Janice, what are some of your favorite? Wow, I'm all over the fucking place right now.
Same. This is gonna be a fun episode to cut.
Dude, the one with Gabby is an hour long.
Oh my god!
There was no way to cut it down anymore, and I was like sitting there for 5 hours, like. No! I'm like, I thought I was getting better, but then I forgot we got Gabby on there, and I'm like, that makes sense. Anyway, Janice, so
Yeah.
that's all of our fun facts, right? Or our, quote unquote fun facts.
Yes.
Interesting things. Do you have any one-liners or favorite moments?
Honestly, my favorite moment was the couch gag at the beginning.
Yeah, that's fair.
I thought the Peanuts moment was a really cute callback with the rag. I mean, it was a fun gag.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just think this was such a missed opportunity. I really think that if they had focused more on Mo and his upbringing, being where he is today, and why the rag is his best friend, as opposed to why the rag ended up with Mo, I think that would have made a much more dynamic and interesting episode.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I can't emphasize that enough. I mean, and then I do want to see Bart and Milhouse fight and make up.
Yeah.
Also, the note that Lisa wrote was really sweet.
Yeah.
But she did write it for him, so and he called it out right away.
Immediately.
Yeah,
that B plot was really good.
It was really good. And the glasses are off. But the glasses are off. How true is that? It's like when I have my eye mask on, for bed, or my earplugs in, and it's like it's like, hey Janice, Nope. I am shut down for the night. I will reboot in the morning.
Write your questions down if you don't want to forget them.
Yes. Text it to me. Leave me a voice memo, a voice message. You name it. I'll get back to you. But when I'm out, I am out.
Good.
I appreciated that. Milhouse has great boundaries. But, he's been in therapy because of his parents' divorce. And good for him for standing up for himself. Yeah. And not just being like, it's not like Milhouse didn't want to be Bart's friend still, but he was mad at him and he set up a boundary. But that boundary being, you could still make fun of me, but make sure I can't recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
which is a little sad, but also like
it's very sad. But
he's like, listen, Bart's like one of my best friends, and I mean, he's not gonna change, so I might as well just kind of keep rolling with it. And like when he's not okay with it, he says I'm not okay with it, and like that's
yeah,
hopefully old Millhouse will eventually, I don't know, be more outspoken about that.
yeah, or get the love he deserves
Oh.
in friendships and in love. I mean, it's not going to be Lisa. We know that.
No,
But
no, 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 no. It's not
no.
gonna be so. No, 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 no.
Mm-mm. But you know, sweet Millhouse.
Yeah.
He deserves better.
I want to tell you about the chalkboard gag.
Yes, I just had a thought.
Oh, what is it?
It was like a light bulb went off. We were just talking about in the previous episode, we mentioned that Homer, no, sorry, in the last episode, we had mentioned that Marge stood up to Homer and stood her ground and said, I don't believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, said her piece, her boundaries, like, really, like, landed it.
Mm-hmm.
Millhouse did the same.
Do we just like people that respect and like are outspoken about their boundaries?
And honor themselves?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, well, like, yay.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Very good
the
for
whole
us.
thing about being authentic, right? Being authentic to your
Yeah.
experience and your needs and your wants.
And
But
the people
also, like,
around
they're
you
good
are
people.
gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're also good people. I mean, but they're also living to their own, you know?
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Dig that.
Yeah.
Anywho, the chalkboard gag.
Anyway, let's talk about boogers. Uh,
Love it.
chalkboard gag is there's no proven link between raisins and boogers.
I'm thinking about that.
Like,
Why am I thinking so hard about that, Alyssa?
I don't know, because sometimes like boogers and raisins kind of have the same vibe going on, and I get that. I'm wondering if like one of their kids or like a child kind of said something like that, and they were like, "Ah, that'd be a good chalkboard gag." 'Cause that's very much like a child, like a 3-year-old would like just randomly say.
Yeah.
Would be like, "Look, it looks like a raisin." It's like, what? Ew.
Dried and shriveled and like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Make me gag.
Yep, that kid must be digging real hard up there. Mining for gold.
I said that to my nephew when I went to go visit him. He was like picking his nose, and I was like, "Pick me a winner, dig for gold." And he was like, "What?"
It's all fun and games until they're like thick.
I know, they're like, "Here you go," and you're like, "Fuck, no, pass."
Yeah, you get that away from me.
Go wipe it on your uncle.
Right. Not since, you know, the pandemic and everything, I think we're all a bit of germaphobes nowadays.
I mean, children have always just been full of germs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very heightened now, you know? Yeah, we had a bring your kid to work day, and it's adorable. You know, you get to see everyone's mini-me's running around and
Mm-hmm.
making a ruckus and everything, and it's adorable. But they're a lot of energy, and they're like, you know, like running down the hall and then wiping their nose like this, and then wiping it like that, and I'm just like,
And you're like, "That's nice, don't touch me."
yeah, I'm like just like pumping the hand sanitizer, like don't
Just
touch
keeping it
me.
on you at all times, like, "Hey, that's nice."
Yeah.
I have one moment aside
Yes,
from the B plot that I really, really liked.
Alyssa, what is your favorite moment in this episode?
It is literally the first word spoken in the entire episode. It is the first moment when we see Homer reading from a piece of paper. He's got his glasses on, and all we hear is, "And that's why I don't think there is a God." And Mayor Quimby goes, "You were just supposed to say the Pledge of Allegiance." And he's like, "Oh, I think that was in there somewhere."
That is a good opener. I will say that. For how weird the opening was, it was, I don't know, it was funny.
I just really like that. Like, and somewhere in there, he went off on a tangent about how he doesn't think God exists. And I think because you and I have major ADHD today, it just felt right.
Yeah. I love it. I love
So
it.
would you Janice, would you keep this rating at a 5.7 or would you bump that shit?
Yeah, I mean, I feel it's pretty valid, but I would maybe bump it a little higher.
Mm.
Because I mean, like, you know, B plot was good, A plot's not great, like, but it committed to the direction it was in, I guess.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I think it deserves to be a little higher up than some of these worst rated ones, like the the Nightmare After Christmas. I had to pause
You gotta make
and
sure I'm
really
getting
think
that
about
right.
exactly, because I think we have like 7 outtakes of me trying to say the name and my brain just couldn't get my mouth around the words. It was like, you
Yeah,
will
that
not say this correctly.
that was rated a 5.9.
Yeah, I would put this at a 5.9. I don't
I mean, yeah, I would. I mean, you're right.
yeah.
Like some of the ones that we hated, like the Boys of Bummer and Lisa with an S, are all 5.9s. Like those should
y-
be way down there.
Yeah, I agree. I think this one wasn't I mean, it's not great by any means, but there are some good things in there that make you think. It's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that this would be pretty cool to learn about, and maybe we'll learn about it in another episode. Like
Yeah.
Moe's upbringing or Bart and Milhouse's dynamic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There's a great episode where Milhouse goes out for what is it? Radioactive Man's sidekick or
Oh my
something.
God, yes.
It's so good. And like Bart ends up like wanting to do it too and this and that. Like that's a really great test to their relationship as well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like and a moment that stands out to me in that episode is where uh Bart is looking for Milhouse and can't find him anywhere, and he's in the treehouse and he's looking at each corner, and it goes to all 4 corners, and he's not there, and then the 5th corner, and he's in. It's like I just thought that was funny.
The fifth quarter.
That lives rent free in my head. But
Ah.
yeah, any episode with Bart and Milhouse's relationship, I think, is really interesting and fun because I
Yeah,
mean
I do
we're
too.
both ladies, you know, we grew up in girl relationships, and sometimes it's interesting to see, you know, boy
I
kid
mean, speak for
relationships.
yourself.
Yes.
I was very much like the tomboy in my neighborhood, and anytime like I was hanging out outside, it was like I was with the guys biking down this dirt hill. I was with the guys playing basketball.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was very much a tomboy.
I love that. I could see that too, as you're describing. I
Yeah.
mean, I've been rollerblading with you, and that was scary.
Dude, I went rollerblading by myself like yesterday, I think, and it was horrible. And I can't do it again without a person because I was trying to cross the street and I'm like waiting for the light to turn and it goes. And I like try to like get myself over there and I'm like almost biffing it at one point. I just start going like and like this woman's trying to turn right and I just went like this and she was like, you're okay. Like take your time. I was like, kill me. And then I got across the street and the paved road turned into gravel and I was like, what
It's
do
like,
I do? I
great.
was like, I'm not gonna turn around.
I guess I'll just fall on my ass and crawl. Like,
I like thank God I like packed my shoes with me, so I just like took my blades off and I like poorly fastened them to my backpack and then like did a little hike.
there you go.
That was nice, but I was like, fuck this place.
Oh.
Wow, what were we talking about?
Yes. We were talking about Bart and Milhouse and their
Oh
relationship.
yes, a little boy relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's cute.
girls are mean.
They can be really mean.
Yeah, I had some girlfriends, but like I don't know, they were really catty, and also they were like, look at my doll, and I'm like, listen, if it's not Josephina, I don't fuck with it.
Exactly, because she is the
Except I
best.
did have a lot of Barbies, but I was like,
Same.
I only play with the Ariel Barbie.
Hey, the Ariel Barbie was cool because she could flutter in the tub.
Yeah. Oh, I had the one where it was like she had legs and you could just like pull off her fin, her fin skirt, and it was like legs.
Ah!
I didn't have the cool one.
I know the one that swam, the one that kicked.
No.
That could also have been a separate Barbie. Maybe I'm combining my memories.
No, that was probably, I mean, like, I guarantee that they had different versions of Barbies because it was like, aerial Barbie where you can like have her dress, and then it was like swimming aerial Barbie, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that one swims.
Oh, they milked the Disney franchise with Barbie so hard.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, keeping Barbie alive.
I'm surprised they didn't produce the Barbie movie, and Mattel did. But, eh.
I'm like, yeah, well, Mattel owns Barbie. And I'm like, but Mattel doesn't have a production company.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Did they just like make one for this? Or maybe.
Because they're control freaks. They don't want to lift the. They don't want anyone to have the Barbie name but them.
Damn.
They don't want to give it to anyone. They would rather make their own production company than let like A24. Could you imagine?
Oh my
Be
God,
like
you
a
said that, and I was
Stepford-Wives.
like, that would be so weird.
I'm so down for that, though. An A24 version of Barbie, like Stepford Wives. Sign me the fuck up. I am down for that. Obsessed.
I don't hate it.
Anywho.
I don't hate it. I don't hate Mattel getting a production company. I do hate Chick-fil-A getting a streaming service.
Excuse me?
Yeah, no, that's a thing.
That took my breath away and my voice.
Chick-fil-A starting their own streaming service. I know. And I'm like, if it works, now we're gonna have like Burger King, McDonald's streaming services, and I don't know what the fuck that looks like.
What in the hell?
I don't know.
I don't like it. I don't like where this world is heading. Just gonna stay in my lane.
As Professor Farnsworth would say, I don't want to be on this planet anymore.
Yes. Yes. Oh, indeed. I can't wait till we talk about Bob's Burgers, and I love The Simpsons, but I'm getting excited about others too. Excited.
And Bob's Burgers isn't as like long as The Simpsons, so it'll go by faster, and then and then whatever comes after that.
Yep.
Anyway, close us out.
Yeah. Another rant. Sorry, I am like
It's a ranting episode.
Queen of the segues today.
These are all gonna be little bits. I'm gonna make little videos of.
Totally fine. Totally fine. I love it. Yeah, the longer ones would be great for like TikTok.
Yeah, where it's just like us talking about like fuck it, because our highest TikTok is the one with the American Girl.
I mean, yeah, like that's what it's so funny. It's like I kind of want to like scrap my TikTok and restart over and just like talk, because like that's all people want from it. We don't want consumerism. We don't want what like you're doing. Either give us bits or
get the fuck out.
Yeah, give us niche bits or have something interesting to say, or get the fuck out. Exactly.
Yes, agreed.
Just like you said. That's what TikTok is. Yeah. And that's fun because there's freedom in that. But anywho, Instagram is now all business. But
yes.
Anyway. Any final thoughts on this episode, Alyssa?
Absolutely none. Let's get it out.
All right. I don't think we have anything else to add to our final thoughts. So we are going to go ahead and close this out. Thank you so much for listening along. Please make sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, where we post our top polls and our flop polls for the bracket. So make sure to vote on that. Make sure your voice is heard. And respectfully find us in the comments if you think this episode deserves to be higher or lower, or you think a different episode deserves to be on these top lists. Let us know. Yeah. There will be a listener's choice, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. Alyssa, do you want to take it away with our announcements for next week and what we will be doing?
Woohoo! Okay, our next week episode, which I'm so excited about, we're going to be talking about season 4, episode 12, Marge versus the monorail.
It's a big one.
It is
so
big.
Iconic. So excited.
And then our flop, unfortunately we have to talk about a flop, is going to be season 26, episode 1, Clown in the Dumps. And we have another guest coming next week. And I'm so excited. We do. But they're a surprise because we love surprises, so we won't tell you who they are. You have to check out our Instagram. Thanks so much for listening.
Yeah, we'll catch you next time. Smell you later.